Hello, welcome back to another Tuesday, Thursday on Garblight Games North America. Tuesday, man, that was like 8 months ago when we were doing Cthulhu. We're doing Achtung Cthulhu, and we're playing the Romanian Imperative, and we're on session 3 of trying to find out what's going on with the blimp. And possibly, we're gonna steal it. It's inevitable. We're stealing this blimp. I already know that. We'll do the round table, and everybody can introduce who they are playing. So Jeff is up first as Pavel.
I'm playing Pavel Voracek, who is a cultist, spiritual leader from Hungary. Has a friend named Gregor, casts spells. Gregor's a marmot, and he drives tanks and shoots guns, and he delivers messages. These are truths. Pavel casts spells. He's very friendly, speaks several languages, most of which most others don't speak, so they're kind of wasted, but, that's fine. Learned Romanian overnight. It was wonderful. Just plugged himself into Matrix. It was good.
Yeah. To Matrix.
I now know Romanian. Plus, I now know how to cast spells appropriately according to rules of spells. Didn't really do that correctly last week, but now very good.
Or okay. So we think.
Very okay.
Which reminds me, I'm booting up Sirenscape here. All right, and next up, Megan as a Ruby.
Yeah, I'm playing Lieutenant Ruby McKay. She's from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. She tended a diner there for many years, lived alone until this very tall gentleman walked in, Roger, the love of her life. And it was love at first sight. And when he decided to enlist with the British Army, it was no brainer that Ruby was going with him. So off to England they went. On the eve of Roger's first deployment, they were in East London, and the building they were in fell on them, killing everybody in Roger's party, and Ruby woke up in a hospital in London. She trained to be a nurse, and yeah, she kind of hears her dead lover in her head, although we haven't heard him yet.
No, we haven't.
Maybe tonight.
You're not gonna go with Ruby Mackay? You're going with McKay?
Mackay, yeah, that's fine.
No,
that's acceptable.
no, because you know, Mackay, we know a Mackay.
But he doesn't have a C, or he doesn't have a K.
All right, sorry. He came up in conversation today. We'll talk after. Aaron as Harry Hammer.
Hey everybody, I'm playing Harry Hammer, Captain Harry Hammer of the U.S. Army. Before the war started, he was doing his postdoctorate work in applied physics, electrical and mechanical engineering. But the war in Europe kicked off, and Harry, knowing his duty, immediately enlisted in the Army. While in basic training, they quickly figured out that not only was he a big jock kind of guy, but he was also pretty smart. So he was sent over to Majestic for their special weapons project, and he became a combat engineer, or Boffin, as they know it in Achtung Cthulhu, and is currently seconded to Section M to do field testing for some of the Majestic weaponry to assist Section M in their missions, and when and where possible to acquire foreign super science technologies from any source and get them back to Majestic. Also, and perhaps the most important thing about Captain Harry Hammer is he's currently engaged to Pavel's sister.
Oh, so romantic, so great.
Blindly engaged.
Family.
Blindly.
Yes,
family.
Very priority.
I forgot about that. Jeremy is Jonathan.
Yeah, I'm playing Sergeant Jonathan Morris, career soldier from the States. Reports of my death are greatly exaggerated. Got nominated for some sort of experimental blood transfusion thing. Some people call me a super soldier. I call myself a mean bastard that likes to break people's skulls in, and they have lots of work for people like me. So my second chance at life is great. I'm a simple man.
You are a simple man. You are a simple man. And Evan as Henri.
Yes, I'm playing Henri Fleuabe, aka River B. He is a resistance commander and a commander of the resistance. Somehow both of those things were in the book. And he has been helping the locals try to defend themselves from the Nazis. He also has an occult trinket that he hasn't been able to cast a spell yet because it really hasn't been useful. But I know, since Jeff knows how to cast spells, we'll totally do it right when the time comes.
Wink, wink. It took all of us reading and Jeff figuring it out.
A week to figure it out.
Okay. Yes. So what happened for you? So you've been sent on a mission to go investigate this Zeppelin that was recently seen in the mountains of Romania / Transylvania. So you made your way there. You were under disguise. You made your way to a small village where you learned that all of the able-bodied young people in the village were taken by the Germans to go work in the valley nearby, and that is where the Zeppelin is. So you've made your way over there. You've done some reconnaissance, and you've spied the Zeppelin itself with a small camp of Germans underneath it. There's also a work camp, which you assume is where the locals are. And there's also the ruins of an old castle tied to a story that you heard your night in the small village nearby, Zaltana, about a baron that released demons on the valley. And the castle is nothing more than ruins at this point. There's nothing really there other than rubble, but you did spy a hole and like a pulley going down. You tried to make your way down to the valley using a little like mountainside cave, and unfortunately you things got loud when you encountered some Germans that were there. So you decided, after alerting the whole valley, and it wasn't you guys who fired the shots, it was the Germans that fired the shots, alerting the whole valley that something was going on. Did you dispose of the bodies? You hid them or something, didn't you?
No, we destroyed them. We made
Destroyed
it look
them.
like a demon came through
Right.
and ripped them to shreds.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And you
We
decided
are
to
good guys. We are good guys. We are good people.
you headed due north to hide in the into the mountains here, closer towards the castle ruins. Because just kind of like looking over this area, you notice that nobody's really around those ruins. There's the mine near it, but the mine is quite far below. Like you guys are quite high in comparison to the valley. So yeah, that's where we left off. Let me boot up some snow sounds here. And the plan was to what? Spend the night?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and there was rocket Nazis and robo Nazis.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there was 16 troopers in there.
Yep.
One huge super soldier and 2 flying troopers that come out of the Zeppelin every 2 hours.
That's right. And zoom around, patrol the valley, and go back to the Zeppelin. There's
And
also
Pavel has promised Harry one of those rocket packs.
Welcome
as
to
part of the
family,
dowry.
Harry.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
that's
yes,
right.
Yes.
That's
That is main quest. That is main quest now of adventure.
Forget the Zeppelin.
There is nothing more important.
You know that there's also a gondola or lift that lowers down, I guess, from the gondola of the Zeppelin itself, comes down to the camp. You see men go into the camp, mill about, and then after a few hours they go back up. And that happens in shifts as well. You'll see different men come down and go back up. So you know there's quite a few people up on the Zeppelin itself. There's also weird blue lights all over the Zeppelin that are compensating for wind as it gusts through the valley, almost keeping the Zeppelin motionless. They'll light up and blink and just keep it steady in place. So you don't know what's going on with those blue discs or blue light either. But they're not natural. We know that. So we are north of the little Hunter's mountainside cave. We're gonna spend the night. Is that correct? Are we keeping watches?
Yes.
We.
Yeah.
Oh, we. Oh, we. All right, who's keeping what watch? Give me the rundown here.
I can be first since I'm from here.
You're
I
from
shall
France.
go last.
But I'm from like the area. I've been resistancing in the area.
Okay.
Harry will go after Henri.
I will munch on my baguette.
All right. So who's next, Ruby or Jonathan?
Paper, rock, scissors.
Oh,
Who is it? I'm not
Okay,
watching.
I'll go.
Okay, Jonathan and Ruby, and then Pavel. Okay.
Pavel will bring up rear. That is where Pavel likes to be.
Oh my goodness.
There's no shame in that. It's all right.
Okay, pretty uneventful. Like I said, those rocket troopers, they don't really fly this far. You can see lantern light over by the cave throughout the night during a shift because they're searching everywhere. You can't really make out. Well, you do have you have binoculars. You can make out. You can watch. You can see what's happening. So, who am I kidding? You can watch and you see as a squad of a 4-man squad of German troops comes over there and they discover what's left. This grotesque scene, blood all over the snow, slashed and clawed and ripped to pieces the way you guys made it look. And they fan out and they kind of scan and patrol the area, but they don't stray too far south back to the direction of Zaltana, and they're not going too far north. They almost seem on edge between what they've seen and that nobody really comes over here. Like, this area is completely left alone. During the third watch, though, which is Mr. Jonathan, I'm going to need you to make me a roll.
No.
I need you to make... oh, no. I need you to make me a... reason observation? Sure.
Oh, no. Why me?
I rolled.
Jonathan's very, very reasonable.
Such a reasonable man.
So
So
reasonable. So
observant.
logic.
With a difficulty of 2. Sorry, I should have given you the difficulty beforehand.
Well, he wasn't even close. What kind
No.
of? You're kind
And I'm
of.
taking one of your momentum away because...
Oh my God! What? Just
Yeah.
handsome? Why don't you? What is-
It's all right. I'm gonna say observation reason may be like the lowest of the low, the things I'm good at.
So, nothing?
No, nothing. Just I'm looking at the pretty lights. I'm hoping to see like maybe one of those rocket guys. I really want to see the dude that's like a robot guy. I want to see like what I can break off of him. Outside of that, you know, if something gets close,
Nothing.
fine. Jonathan's a horrible lookout.
And I just happen to roll your shift, huh?
Yep, there you go.
It's always third watch.
Mhm.
Yep.
We should have known.
Always. Okay. Alright, your shift continues and, it seems uneventful. We'll continue on for the rest of the night. You know, next you wake up Ruby. After that, Ruby, you wake up Pavel, and next thing you know, it's the break of dawn. And as far as you know, you're good. None of the Germans made their way over here, and you're pretty sure nobody saw you. You didn't light a fire, did you? I'm assuming.
No.
So it was a very cold night. It was
So whenever
three-dog
everyone
night.
wakes up, because Pavel's last, Pavel will be sitting like right in the middle of all of you, and he and Gregor will be staring at one another, holding their hands, and between them there'll be this log that's about like 2.5, 3 feet tall, just like standing vertically, and they're just staring at each other, like giving really long staring contest. And this is how he binds his spells, because his log that he wears around his neck, like Flava Flav necklace, is his mantle. So I'm gonna roll that test now to bind spells.
Oh yes, please do.
That's-
Everybody
Oh, so
who's
we
a
both need to do that?
caster needs to make these rolls here. The difficulty is 0.
This takes like 5 minutes for me, so because I have 5 difficulty spell thingies. Yeah, it's insight first survival for me.
Look
for
at you.
Ooh.
Henri, yeah, perfect. So
You guys get momentum for this garbage?
what? This is not
Yeah,
garbage.
give it to me.
Well,
Oh, only one.
it's difficulty
But-
0.
But you get that's like 3 momentum then because Scott right there.
This
Or
doesn't
how about
make,
we just get?
this doesn't
I
make
get- we
any
get
sense.
One for the extra success. We'll just call it difficulty 1.
No. We get 3. We get 3 momentum.
And I get 3 threat. I get a threat for every
My
momentum.
spells
you
very
get.
much harm me. We need a lot of momentum.
Harry just is looking down at Pavel, and he's like, "It's too early for this, man. I need some coffee before we get this weird with Gregor." But
The sun is up now, so if you want to make a fire, the thing you need to worry about is the smoke.
oh no, he just takes the coffee grinds and chews on them.
Okay. That's
Do
fair.
you want a piece of my baguette?
Henri, you are a kind man. Yes, I will take a piece of your baguette.
Mm.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
You're a weirdo. Okay.
He has like a backpack with like 4 of them.
Just a backpack of big head.
Is it like a quiver? You just like pull
Yeah.
it out.
All rock hard.
It's to cast a spell. He needs a baguette.
We'll say that it's roughly 8 a.m. At this point, observing the valley, you see 4 Noctwolf soldiers leaving the camp, or leaving their camp where the Zeppelin is, and heading towards the work camp. They walk south. They pick up a number of workers, and they start marching towards the mine. While that's happening, the guards that are outside the mine are gathering the workers out of the mine, and they're walking back towards the camp and eventually meet halfway, we'll say somewhere around the river in the middle of the valley there. Cross paths and kind of do a switch of shift. Just like you observed the day before.
Well, if we're here to gather intelligence as well as grabbing that Zeppelin, we might need to start in the mine. What do you think, Lieutenant?
I 100% agree. Is there like anything different with the workers coming out? Like, is there a specific color of soot on their uniforms, or like, do they look sickly, like they've been survived something? Is there a noticeable difference?
Yeah, good question. You can make me a insight observation.
Her specialty, it seems like.
With you need just 1 success. Sorry, I always gotta tell you the difficulty. I forget. 1 difficulty. It's like Star Wars. You always gotta. You should have 2. You should have rolled 2 dice.
Yeah.
Roll again.
Oh,
Henri. You're killing me. Yeah, you don't notice. They do have some soot and such on them, ash or whatever dust you get while mining, but nothing out of the ordinary from what you can tell here. You've got the binoculars. You're zoomed right in. You see them up close, and nothing stands out.
I mean, either it's fine or it's not. It's haunted or it's not. We live or we die. It's all 50-50.
That's a good point, Sergeant. Question is, do we want to hit them after they get in the mine? Take the guards out and then talk to the prisoners, or do we want to be a little quieter about it and just observe operations in the mine?
There's got to be a way to get down to the mine from inside the ruins of the castle. Wouldn't we just go in through the castle and see what we can do about finding a way down to the mine that way?
wee!
Well, sounds like Henri is down with your plan, Lieutenant. What do you think, Pavel, Sergeant Morris?
I will do whatever you say, Harry. I trust you and your thinking. I know nothing. I just, strange morning. Gregor, very angry today for some reason. I don't know. But, well, yes, if mine's castle, inconspicuous, whatever. Yes.
All right. Well, Sergeant Morris, take point. Let's head to the castle, see what we can find in those ruins, see if we can find a way into the mine.
So excited. I mean, granted, getting on the blimp's going to be the best, but going into a castle, it's a very close second.
Yeah, I want that Zeppelin. And a jetpack, Pavel. Don't get me wrong.
Yes,
I still want the
we
jetpack. But
definitely. I was looking for jetpack last night. No jetpack. I tried, but you know. We will get one, though. We will get one. Patience. And there are two, so maybe I can give you one, and then we can take other one back to Sister. The two of you fly around like, you know, like little birdie couples in the air. Be romantic.
I like the way you're thinking, Pavel. I like it.
Yes. She's going to be so happy.
Let's hope so.
Hmm.
Morris, if you will.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's do this.
Let's go broken arrow formation.
Heel toe. Ready to
Sorry,
go.
the rolls are not appearing. That's weird. On the overlay, Melissa, you're correct. Bear with me. I'm just gonna update this as you march. So you're going towards the ruins. Is that correct?
Yep.
Excellent. I'm just gonna try and fix this. Why is it still displaying old stuff? That is weird.
I need to update the thing inside OBS. Sometimes it needs to be updated. Happens to me. I mean, not to me, but to Jeff.
Okay, yeah,
Like,
bear with.
Harry might have understood everything you just said, but Aaron is like, OBS, that's 3 letters of the alphabet. I got nothing else.
And Pavel literally just said that all out loud while you were walking because he is crazy.
He is crazy. Thanks for pointing that out, Melissa. That is really bizarre. Just updating OBS, and then we'll have the rolls up there momentarily.
So just to
There we go.
confirm, we need to like get to the Zeppelin, right? We need to do. This is what we're supposed to do. What the Yankee Doodle said. So does that mean that like somehow we think that the mines and the castle are going to be tied to like getting on the Zeppelin, or are we just doing this for shiggles?
Well, we've got two actual missions, Pavel. One is to gather all intelligence and information pertaining to the operations of Notch Wolf in this area, which apparently includes this mine. But the primary objective, you are correct, is to seize the Zeppelin and or its plans, kill the scientists responsible for it, and or steal it.
What?
Yes, and not necessarily in that order, right?
Not
We can,
necessarily in that order.
steal Zeppelin and then throw scientists off of it while we fly it away, because that's kind of what I want to do, to see if they fly without their jetpacks, because they probably don't.
Pavel, that's my best man present to you. You chuck the scientists.
This is the greatest weird operation I've ever been on. I get new brother, I get my sister happy, I get Zeppelin to fly. Ugh, wonderful.
Okay. All right, thank you for
So good.
your banter as you march towards the castle ruins. All right, it is cold. It is frigid. Cold February in the Transylvanian mountains. But you got warm weather gear. So the castle itself, as you get closer and closer, you saw as the distance also, it lies on top of a barren hill. It's rather treacherous to get over there, but this is the best way to reach it. Looking as you make your way through the mountains, there really is no safe way from the valley below to get up there. So you follow along, and you eventually get there. There's rubble strewn about, old ancient stone. There's statues that have long been smashed and broken to an ancient ruler of this area. There are the odd, like, wall that's still kind of standing. You don't understand how, but it's just pieces of a wall, and you start kind of circling around, and there are some footsteps in the snow, or footprints, I should say, but they look rather old. They've been blown over or filled in almost completely. And doesn't look like there's really signs of anybody who's been here for days. You notice that there is a vertical shaft that has been uncovered between 2 blocks of stone. You did see that earlier with your binoculars, and a rope has been secured to 2 points using metal spikes and hammered into the stone. Just kind of looking down the hole, it is completely black. Pitch black. You can stop, listen. I'm not going to make you roll. You hear no sounds coming from within this hole. There are tools strewn about in the snow, scattered about. And there's a rope that's also piled up, like coiled up next to the hole. Looking at it, looks like it's approximately 30 yards worth of rope that is sitting here coiled up. And it looks, from what you can see using the daylight, the shaft descends vertically. And the walls that surround it are a mix of stone and cold earth.
Well, looks like we may have our entrance. Good idea, Lieutenant.
Right.
Does it look like there, like you said, there's tools and stuff? Does it look like it's just somebody put them there? Like,
it looks like they've been left here.
so
These are
like,
modern tools. These are modern day tools that are strewn about. Hammers and wrenches and screwdrivers and things like that. That are just kind of like left lying in the snow. Like someone just maybe fled or abandoned them. Like they're not in a toolbox. They're not stored properly. They're just like scattered about the area.
Okay. So if there's no objections from you, gentlemen, I'm going to go down the hole.
So the question is, do you want to climb down the hole using the wall, or do you want to try and use the rope to go down?
Well, you know, we have a very strong sergeant that I'm sure could tie a very strong knot. Sergeant
Yeah.
Moore, will you assist me in securing a rope?
Of course I will. Are you sure you don't want me to go down first in case something gets all nibbly down there?
Oh, no, gosh. I'm going down first to protect you.
Sounds like a plan, Lieutenant. Remember,
All
light
right.
discipline on the way down. Don't look down with your flashlight. Only look level.
Absolutely.
If
Absolutely.
you hear a noise, tug hard on the rope so Sergeant Morris knows that we need to start making our way down fast.
Absolutely.
All right, so you're going down first, hey? Hey? It is going to be an agility athletics test with a difficulty of 2.
Ooh.
If you're not using a rope, it's even higher.
Ooh, agility. What do you say? Agility, athletics.
Agility athletics.
That'd be
It's
a
like
tough one for
Pavel. He'll
Aubrey.
never go down this hole.
All right, very good. I did it the wrong way. Sorry.
And you can, so you have full momentum.
2. Ooh.
You also have fortune, which will give you an automatic crit success.
Which would be your 2 successes.
I'm going to spend a fortune point.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh! All right, so you start descending, going down lower and lower into it. It's going to be complete blackness. Do you have a flashlight or something to illuminate your way down?
I want to say that a torch is standard British attire, right?
You were given a whole bunch of stuff at the beginning of this mission. I think something like that was
Yep.
in there.
You
Yeah.
could light one
Yeah,
of my
we got-
baguettes.
Throw down a baguette.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
No, I'm going to go down.
All right, bear with me here. I went back to look at the things that were given to you, and you were not given a flashlight. In hindsight,
But I'm a dilettante, which
You
means
are.
I've got a lot of weird tools and things. I just pull them out of my pockets and stuff. So I pull in and I pull out a flashlight and I hand
Okay.
it to Lieutenant. I'm like,
Excellent.
Don't lose it. It's the only one I have on me, I think.
I think. All right, so
Captain.
you start lowering yourself down slowly. It's cold. Your hands are freezing as you grip the rope. You feel yourself slip every once in a while, but you're able to maintain your grip and hang on. And, yeah, you make your way about 20 yards down, and then all of a sudden, what you thought was the bottom, as you shine your flashlight around, is actually the top of a ceiling as you break your way through an opening in a ceiling as you start to descend into a room down below. From the opening in the ceiling, you can see down into a chamber below. It must once have been vaguely round and at least 40 yards across, but half of the chamber has been collapsed, leaving a semicircular room with a high vaulted ceiling supported by 8 stone pillars. Rubble and debris cover the floor in heaps, fallen from cracks in the ceiling. As you scan your light around, shadows dance in the room, almost independent of your light source. And you get like a chill that goes up your spine as you do so. From this vantage, you can make out that there's a figure, a huge man. You can't tell if it's stone or natural, like a skin. You can't tell, but slumped down on its knees and its head raised up towards you, up to the roof. Surrounding the figure are partially concealed but fallen stones. Surrounding the figure, partially concealed by fallen stones, are crushed and shattered bodies of something not human. Chitinous shell-like structures and claws can just be made out amongst the debris, but from here it is difficult to make out the shape or form of these creatures would have taken. The air is heavy, the chamber is silent, but from the partially collapsed passageway, you can hear the faint sound of something hammering stone on stone.
Like can I
down there? You can't see anything, but you can hear the faint sound of stone hitting stone somewhere nearby. There is like one passageway that is still open, and it sounds like it's coming from that direction.
Okay, and that is in. How is that positioned towards the figure and the bodies?
It is to the west of the figure and the bodies.
And these bodies, do they look fresh? Or do they look...
You're going to have to get down there and take a closer look. You can't really make out what they are from here. Remember, you just see kind of like shells, like crab-like shells and claws.
Oh yeah, let them
the
attack you as you look at them.
They're not moving.
They're not moving now.
And neither is this figure looking straight up screaming. A huge figure.
Ring of xenomorphs surrounding an engineer.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to tug really hard on the rope.
Okay. So are you getting pulled back up?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back up.
Oh. I thought you were gonna wait for the next one to come down.
Oh right, we never oh gosh.
Yeah, we said when you tugged on the rope, we'd come down fast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh right, yes.
Okay.
Coming down.
So are you gonna hop off and?
Yeah, so like you said, it's 20 yards down, and then it's a 30-yard.
You go 20 yards down, and that's when you get to the break in the ceiling of this room, and then it's another 30 yards down to the floor, and you can make it down there. That's fine. You don't need to roll again. This is deep. Remember the tales of them digging deep and deep and deep under the castle. Mm-hmm. The story of the demons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll go down to the ground and I draw my trench knife.
Your thumb knife.
What? You cannot bail on it now.
Sorry.
Watch out, you demon.
Can I dual wield? Come on.
That's funny.
If you can dual wield, then my baguette's a club, okay?
Hey, Sergeant Morris, looks like you're up. Might want to take that extra coil of rope with you just in case we need it.
Excellent. I'm in. All in.
Oh, I like this music. Okay, same roll for you. Using the rope, you got to make your way down there.
Okay, I may use one momentum.
So 2 successes, agility and athletics.
Okay. Oh, look who's got a focus in climbing.
Oh, nice.
Someone read the module.
Ooh, nice. So you make your way down there, no problem. You slide your way down. As you're getting further and further down, the light from Ruby gets greater and greater. It's faint as you're coming down. You get closer and closer, and it's illuminating. You're looking down as you're sliding down. You can see this figure looking up, screaming. You see these weird shell-like bodies and claws, and Ruby's standing there at the bottom waiting for you. You slide down, no problem.
Oh,
So once he hits the ground, Harry will go next. Now, since he's a dilettante, he's like, I did a bit of mountaineering when I was younger. I know my way around a rope and rig. So as a dilettante, that's his truth. So does that mean I get to reduce the difficulty to
Yes.
1?
Yes.
Because he's a jack of all trades.
Yes. I like it.
All right. So it's athletics and agility. And I will take a momentum to give myself a 3rd dice because I don't have that much confidence.
You guys are sitting on a lot. Ooh.
But I made it. I made it, though.
Oh, yeah. All you need is one.
success.
All right. So, again, you slide down. You see him at home. You're familiar with this. You make your way down. Again, darkness. And then all of a sudden illuminates. And you see the sight. And you get down there. And Ruby and Jonathan are just kind of like waiting for everyone else and scan the scene. And you can hear that like hitting of stone on stone coming from that hallway to the west. It's faint. Doesn't sound nearby. Who's next?
Soon as Harry hits the ground, his E-bar comes up to his shoulder, and he's taken up a position opposite Sergeant Morris
Okay.
in Overwatch.
Henri is smoking a cigarette, and he's just like, "Good luck."
You're not going down, and neither is Pavel.
I'm waiting for Pavel
Okay,
to go
no,
first.
I will go down. I must follow Harry. I must protect him. Make sure my sister is
Yes,
not
your
widowed.
brother-in-law. Yes.
Yes.
2 successes.
Very important.
You're sitting on 4 momentum. You guys could take
I shall be
2 each.
spending I'll be spending 2 of the momentum.
Oh
Yes,
my
very
God.
much.
You need to
I'm gonna break
spend.
my neck
Oh, it's
crossing
3,
with
isn't
them.
it?
You got to spend 3 dice to get 2.
Well,
Three
since I'm
momentum.
going next, I'm spending 3. Okay. So, let's put up the 4. Oh, this is not good. This is very bad. I hope you have, big fireman thing, to catch when I fall.
Oh, I still
Ooh.
failed.
You can spend a fortune point.
You can spend a fortune.
Sure, I'll spend a fortune point.
So that'll buy 1 more momentum, because that'll give you 3 successes.
Mm.
Yeah, you bought the crit.
Okay. Oh, when I get down, I'll be sweating bullets. My face will be very white. I thought I was going to die, Harry. Oh goodness.
All right.
He passed Pavel on the back. You did good, kid. You did good. Your sister
I've
would be
seen-
proud.
I've seen things man should not have seen. I have seen that which shall end the world. And when I stare into the darkness, the monsters stare back. But I have never been more afraid than climbing down that pole. Oh my goodness! I thought I was going to die, like pancake on ground. Oh, and little Gregor, who would take care of Gregor? Oh goodness!
Did he come with you? He's down here with you?
Of course, he always comes with. He is like appendage. He is like, he is like wearing mink coat, except it's alive.
All right. Henri? Go ahead.
Henry will step on his cigarette, take a bite of his baguette, kind of tug on the rope a little bit. Fuck. And then he'll start climbing.
Tap her
down.
neck.
I'm going to spend a momentum. I am almost certainly not going to make it, but... that's
2
okay.
successes. That's all you need.
You can do it. Oh, wait, it disappeared. All right, so I'm doing agility athletics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh!
There you
go. Oh! You slide down while eating your baguette. You get down to the bottom. I'll light another cigarette. And assess the situation. It is eerie down here. You hear the sounds of stone hitting stone. There's these strange bodies. There's this screaming man here. I need everybody to make me a will plus resilience roll with a difficulty of 1. If you fail, you're going to take some mental stress here because of fear.
I just got down here.
I just resilience.
Will the discipline
Plus
focus
will.
apply here?
What's your discipline?
It's a focus for resilience. I was just curious. I don't know.
Discipline
more-
helps against mental stuff. Fortitude helps against physical stuff.
This is mental.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a focus in it
Yes.
too, actually. Apparently.
Sweet, excellent.
Nice.
So then it's a difficulty of 1 for the 2 of you.
Oh.
Oh! Would you like to give me 2 threat, or would you like a complication
good.
introduced? Please introduce a complication down here.
Mm,
Do it. It'll be fun.
What would Henri do? So, but introducing complication
Oh, I'm
doesn't.
I'm sorry, it's a
Right.
difficulty of 1, not difficulty 2. It's difficulty of 1 for this test. I apologize. You take 2. You're going to take 2 mental stress if you fail. So it's difficulty of 1. You take 2 mental stress.
Oh.
2 mental stress.
I'll use a fortune point to get
Okay.
that.
All right,
Is
so that's
mental
going to
is the
result
stress
in a
all
momentum.
the same category?
Yeah, I'll get 1 momentum from that. So party's up to 2 momentum now.
All right, you can have a complication because why not?
Really? Okay.
Sure, I don't care.
Okay, thank you.
I'm munching on a baguette, smoking a cigarette. I don't care.
All right, so you get down there, you kind of take in the scene, and you're dealing with what's going on. Anybody who failed, go ahead and take 2 mental stress. And he starts scanning this room and looking around. And first and foremost is the huge figure there at the center of the chamber, right where you came down. It's the body of a man. Looking at it, it's long dead, but remarkably well preserved. His skin is yellowed, and it's almost got like the texture of old parchment. But the body has not rotted and remains unsupported in a kneeling position. He's just like frozen in time. He wears blackened plate armor on his upper body that looks as though it's been scorched by fire. And it is supplemented by leather trousers and a shirt. The figure's mouth is open as if screaming at the sky, and the eyes, while clouded and dull, occasionally seem to flash with a faint blue glow within. The man's arms are at his sides, one hand clenched in a fist, and the right hand is missing, leaving only a ragged stump. Other than that, there doesn't appear to be any other wounds or damage to the corpse, other than that missing hand.
It
So-
looks. Sorry, go ahead.
good. No, good. No,
No, you go
after
ahead.
you.
Oh,
No, you!
well, this wrap stump and so forth. Like it was obviously done before he got frozen like this.
You can make a reason medicine roll with a difficulty of 1.
Yes, I can. Okay. A reason.
Ooh.
Reason
Confidence.
medicine.
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Yes.
Difficulty one.
Looking at the stump, looking at the body, just kind of assessing everything. The wound would have happened before he was petrified. Like someone didn't snap his hand off while he was in this state.
Okay. And all the corpses and stuff that are.
Oh, you want to check out the 4 corpses? The 4 non-human bodies arranged in a circle around the larger corpse.
Yes, I do.
All right, the bodies are preserved, but not as well as the human figure. They looks like they died as a result of violence. Arms have been severed. Shells have cracks and slash marks upon them, and each of them is partially crushed beneath fallen rubble. Looking at the bodies and these remains, whatever these creatures were, they were crustacean-like. Like a mix of crab and scorpion. And it looks like you can see the remnants of like wings on one of them. But as you're poking around, one of them starts to twitch and move.
Yes.
And this is your
I mean,
complication. Ryan is not prepared for this, but we got a
Wee
complication. One of these things is going to come to life. All right, bear with me here.
Our first demon fight.
It's funny, I gave you all tokens, and then I pull you on the map, and it still has the damn star, because I didn't do it elsewhere.
The prototype, yeah.
Yep.
Good thing you have your thumb knife out.
Good thing you have your thumb knife.
Dual thumb knives.
So much strength from those thumb knives.
Right? Jeez.
See, everyone wants to have a little combat every once in a while.
Alright, I'll deal with this later. Alright, you're still going to be stars tonight. I apologize.
Yay.
We're stars every
You're
night,
all
Matt.
stars.
Yeah,
Yeah. We'll say you're kind of around the room, and we'll put Ruby over here, because she's investigating it.
The rolls aren't updating again, Matt.
Wah! I don't know what's going on with that.
We can just say it.
Gremlins.
Yes.
Yeah,
Old-fashioned
we'll announce them out. I don't know what's going on with that. Sorry, guys. Boop. I'll bring you over a map, which you should see. The corpses are horses on the map, because that's what I found in Dungeon Draft. But there is a large stone-like man in the middle there that you're all around, and Ruby is off to the side by a horse. You should see the rolls on this one, because this is like straight off the screen. Typically you guys get to go first. This is a complication, and this thing is going to startle you, Ruby. So this thing, all of a sudden, you get close, and you're looking at this weird, again, crustacean-like being, and you're kind of poking at it. You go to like turn it over to get a better look. It's still on the wings, and all of a sudden, the clicking of its shell on the stone starts, and it lets out this shriek, and it gets up on 6 legs and kind of starts like gaining its balance. It looks like it hasn't stood for quite some time, and it lets out this shriek, and it's gonna try to attack you. It's got these pincers on its like long spindly arms that it's gonna try and hit you with.
Oh yeah.
Actually, you all need to make me a will plus resilience, the difficulty of 1. As you see this thing to come to life, suffer more mental damage,
Will
possibly.
plus resilience.
Yay.
See, can I change the
Ho
music?
ho ho!
I'm gonna spend it.
Oh.
Ooh,
I'm gonna-
momentum.
Wait, oh, you're spending one? Okay.
I'm spending one because otherwise this would
Yeah,
be.
so then we gain 2 because you spent 1.
Okay, go ahead and throw them in there. I'm just
There you
looking
go.
for something a little bit more exciting for fighting. What does Gargoyle Battle sound like? Ooh. Here we go. I like it. Doom. All right, so this thing gets up. It shrieks, and its wings start to like flap, but they're not quite ready to take off just yet.
Harry's like, well, you don't see that every day.
And it's going to take its pincer, and it's going to try to strike you. So let's roll this.
Sweet.
I did not have this thing set up in here because I did not expect you to fight it, but that's all right. Complications, baby. Love it. Okay. Okay, that was a private roll. I missed. I missed with both of my I rolled a 19 and a 15. And so this thing's still trying to get used to its own weight, and it strikes at you and just kind of like its pincers both slam into the stone in front of you. It is your turn. You can choose who wants to go first.
So we all can go before it, right? Because it take it.
Yes.
This round?
Yeah.
What happened to my gargoyle battle?
So Harry's waiting to see if the lieutenant is going to strike or get clear so he can get a line of shot on it with his E-bar.
Yeah, with her thumb.
No, I have my trench knife. Thank you very much. So can I stab at it and then hit the deck?
Yes. Yes, you can.
So
You
I'm
just
going-
drop in front of it. You know that, right? And by hitting the deck, it makes people shooting at you or like range attacks against you harder, more difficult, but melee attacks are going to be easier to hit you with because you're just lying in front of them.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna stab this guy.
Okay,
Yep.
with your thumb knife, do it.
Trench knife.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was the thumb knife.
No. Gosh.
You can't betray your true weapon. Oh.
Yes.
All right,
Ooh.
yeah. Go ahead, give yourself that momentum from that. Roll your damage, please.
Oh, right. That's the these.
We just need one success rate?
Yep.
Yeah.
Usually.
Wait.
Thumb knife.
Wrong one. I did the wrong one. Sorry.
Oh, 4 damage.
Trench knife. There you go.
Yeah. So you lunge at it with your trench knife, and it just seems to bounce right off of its natural armor.
4
Doing
damage?
No damage.
Okay. All right.
So
Now, go ahead.
okay.
I was gonna say, before you get to act, all of a sudden you notice that the stone on stone sound coming from the West Hall has stopped, and you now hear the sound of like metal being dragged on stone heading in your direction.
Oh, this is good. Someone coming to help us. Oh, very
Of
good.
course.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
I'm sure that's what it is, Pavel. The Germans have been known to be very helpful people during these world wars.
I'm a deranged optimist, so yes, I assume. Yes.
I mean, if there's one thing that'll bring world peace, some mutual hatred of crab people.
You got a good
I do-
point there, Sergeant Morris.
I do think they are trying to take over everybody on surface. So yes.
I can appreciate you're trying to disarm the situation, gentlemen, but there seems to be like a 6-legged gargoyle with fucking wings right here. Can you focus?
We crevettes.
You know what? You can actually make everybody's seen it now. You can actually make a roll to determine if you know what this is. It is and this is free. Reason plus Arcana with the difficulty of 2 will identify this creature.
Reason plus Arcana.
Yeah.
The hell's
I got-
Arcana?
I got no.
Oh, sorry, not Arcana. Academia. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh.
Not Arcana. I apologize.
Academia, reason. This ain't happening.
Oh, wee!
Oh, crit! Oh! Give yourselves momentum also. All right, so
Or Max.
with your ties to to Majestic and M and all that, you've seen and heard of these creatures. They're known as Migo drones or MI-GO drones or Migo drones, and they are the most common form of extraterrestrial species encountered on Earth. You know that they're virtually mindless. They're controlled by those more dominant than itself, and yeah, they're basically reliable and resilient servants, but they are not of this world.
So Harry screams, "Clear, Lieutenant! It's a Migo drone!" And he fires the E-bar.
Okay.
Now, special thing about the E-bar is it has the Bane characteristic. So, creatures that have invulnerability special rules that gets ignored.
He doesn't. It does not have invulnerability. Okay.
Okay, and Mythos creatures with Tough X special abilities, like if they've got a toughness rating, may not spend threat to ignore wounds caused by a weapon with Bane. I don't know if
Okay.
it
They don't have
applies
that.
here,
They don't have that either.
So he's just gonna flat out.
Try to fry this thing.
Yeah. And
They
I'm
are
gonna,
they are also known to be capable of utilizing sophisticated alien technology to devastating effect.
I'm gonna spend 3 momentum. I'm gonna spend 3 momentum. No, I'm gonna spend 1 momentum to get an extra die. If
Okay.
that's okay with everybody.
Please do.
This is the Cthulhu in the pulp in the Achtung Cthulhu now.
Right.
Whoa! Crit success! Oh,
there you
boom!
go.
All
We
right,
get
give
2
yourself
we get an extra
those
one.
momentums, and roll me some damage, please.
Okay, now I'm gonna spend 2 momentum to add 2 effect dice.
Yes. Okay.
All right. 6 damage.
Ooh.
It's intense and
So-
has stun.
So stun means it can't. I don't have it here in front of me.
It loses its turn if the damage is greater than its
Effects is
resilience.
greater. Yeah,
Oh.
exactly.
Or the effects.
Then
sorry,
it's
the effect.
okay. And
But I only got one effect, so I doubt that's going to play into it.
so it looks like you did hurt it, but just barely. You barely hurt this thing.
Jesus, 5 armor.
We're in trouble, guys.
So with
Okay.
that, also back to me, this moaning and this grinding on stone that you're, well, I guess moaning. All of a sudden, in the doorway, you turn to see a person, a human, standing there. You see they are dressed in miner's clothing. They're hunched over, and is dragging this massive two-handed sword beside it. It's got a wavy blade with a large crossguard. This thing's easily 6 feet long.
I need it.
And it glistens with a faint blue sheen. And this thing, the miner, or you assume is a miner, looks completely mindless. He's wide-eyed, his mouth is open, there's like no sign of life whatsoever in his eyes, and he's just dragging the sword towards you. I'm gonna use this round to move him closer. He won't be able to move and attack this round, but he's gonna move in closer to you guys mindlessly to try and
Big sword.
slash at you. So it just
think-
moves in.
I
And
think all he's really doing is bringing Sergeant Morris his new sword.
yeah, right? Okay.
You have a focus in exotic weapons. I'm so excited.
Who wants to go next? It's now your turn again.
I could get you guys closer if you want to get to him without you having to spend everything. But could they get to him in this round from here?
Yeah, you could get to him. You could close the
Okay.
gap and get to him.
Then I might
fine.
save my spell.
Because you could, yeah. Who wants to go? Someone cast spells? Want to run at him with a shield?
I can go. I have an idea. I'm gonna try and go and give you like a super play, Sergeant Morris.
A super
Oh.
play.
So I'm gonna try and cast a spell. So he'll take a big puff of his cigarette, bite of his baguette, look at his necklace, and cast Gift of Ardunia. So I don't know, Jeff. Tell me what I do.
So what skill? What
Survival.
skill? Okay, so you have to roll survival and then plus
Plus
your
will, right?
yes, since you're a dabbler. So you would roll that first. What's the difficulty
Yeah,
on
what's
it?
the difficulty of your spell?
It's 3.
Oh!
Okay,
You spend
so you
momentum?
need. Yeah, plus that also increases your complication range. So you're going to get a complication on 18, 19, or 20.
Oh, I see it.
Uh,
18. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I can take a momentum to get 3 dice.
Matt, I did forget one thing with the E bar.
Yep.
It also has the escalation property, which means every time I fire it, you get 1 threat.
Oh, thank
Mm.
you.
Oh, but I could spend fortune, right, and just get an automatic success, and then
get a
just roll my
crit?
2
It's a
dice.
crit success.
Yeah, a crit success. Yeah, but then I could roll my 2 dice instead of spending a momentum. I'm gonna do that because
So you're,
We're not-
you're going to roll the dice, but you're also buying a crit success. Okay.
yes. Oh, and I got an extra one. Phew. All right, so I succeeded.
Okay. And there's no complications.
Yes. Now what do I do, Jeff?
So you get to apply the effects of the spell, like because
Okay.
it succeeded. But
Mhm.
you also have to roll challenge dice to see what the cost, because for the cost.
Oh,
So
click
the
cost.
Yeah, so click on that.
Okay, just roll that.
Yeah, so you can do it through the sheet.
Oh, I take 3 damage.
So yeah, you're going to be taking 3 stress, but if you've got
I have courage. I
morale,
have 2 courage.
so you're taking 1. So
Okay.
you'd basically just take 1.
All right, and then I'm going to spend. So who's out? You haven't gone, Pavel. You're the only one.
And Jonathan hasn't gone
And
yet.
Sergeant Morris. Yeah.
Yeah. So Sergeant Morris for sure gets this, and I will choose you as well, Pavel, because I can choose as many people up to my power, which is 3. And then I'm gonna spend 2 momentum. So you guys all get a bonus minor action, and I'm going to spend 2 momentum, so you get an extra major action, Sergeant Morris. So you can attack twice,
Ooh.
Nice.
and you can move freely. So you can move twice and attack twice. You get basically 2 turns.
Nice.
And I don't know what star I am, but I will move away. Am I this back star? Because I was the last one climbing down.
You are.
Second from the bottom.
Yeah,
This one?
that one. Yeah, that's you. If you double click on it, it opens up the character sheets. So
Okay. Did we have op attacks on this or no? From the crab monster.
you're not next to the crab monster.
Oh, there is.
The crab monster's over by Ruby. She was invested because
It's
they
a
were in a
sword.
circle around
okay,
that
okay.
statue in the middle. So
Then yeah, I'm just gonna
you're fine.
move like over here or something a little bit. Just gonna, be away from the
Get
big
behind
sword
someone?
dude.
Okay.
Yes. Now it'll be my turn.
Very good.
Awesome.
All right. Who's going next?
After
I
you,
mean-
Jonathan.
I'm so excited, especially if I can move freely.
Yes.
I've got
you
a couple
can-
actions. I kind of want to run up, use an action to grab that sword, and then
You also
run back
ignore
and chop this-
fatigue, and you can reload.
Do you want to try and
double.
grab the sword?
Yeah, of course I do. I want to grab the sword and then chop this bug with the sword.
Okay. All right.
So you can spend 2 momentum to disarm this guy.
Oh yeah.
without
Yeah.
attacking?
Yeah. Well, it's a pose. No, 2 momentum. Yeah, to disarm them. Straight up disarm them. Yep. It is one of the momentum spins.
Oh well, then yeah, I think that sounds like a brilliant thing to do.
Could you use your other minor action to pick it up? Since you have 2?
Maybe.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
wee, wee.
Yeah, go for
All
it.
right. So I run up, just like sprinting like a madman, run over, clock him with the shield, grab the sword, run back, and just plunge this giant curvy blade into the crab man.
Oh, you won't be able to make it all the way to the crab man this round.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well,
you can
you
run
can
over,
with
you can
the-
disarm him, and you can move like back to the stone statue, or you can stay engaged with this thing, this mindless zombie-like miner.
Yeah, just
Okay.
attack the zombie. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's clearly a zombie, then that's what I do. I run over, I basically shield bash it for the 2 momentum to take the sword out of its hand and then chop it with its own with its own sword.
You get 2 chops.
All right, go ahead and make me your attack, and I'll tell you the damage you can roll and all that good stuff.
Okay. Well then I'll do that.
I think I have this as an item also in the game, so I can drag and drop on your character sheet.
Okay, I'm excited. Let's see how that goes.
Ooh, extra 6 momentum.
I need you to make me a will plus resilience with a difficulty of 1, please.
Oh my
Okay.
god, it's gonna take over your mind.
Good. Will resilience or
A difficulty 1.
You got a momentum.
Oh, yeah, baby. Use
We're gonna
your
let it-
fortune.
Are we gonna let it ride?
I'll give you some threat.
Okay. All right.
You're still gonna get brain damage or something.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
So you take this thing, and as you swing it, all of a sudden you're filled with rage,
Uh-huh.
and you all of a sudden become mindless, like this creature, filled with rage. Just one to it, swing the sword and attack anything and everything in sight.
Wonderful.
Bear with me. I need to go to page 153 of the Game Master's Guide for the rules on possession.
DPK.
Yeah, I know, right? Mindless. Okay. The NPC, well, in this case, the PC is an unintelligent being driven purely by instinct or rudimentary programming, unless it is commanded, blah, blah, blah. A mindless NPC cannot attempt reactions, it cannot suffer any mental stress, mental injuries, or be reasoned with. All right, you're mindless. Okay, yeah, you're filled with this mindless rage. It's just taken over you, and you just want to swing the sword and kill anyone and everything in sight.
Okay.
You're mindless until you lose possession of the sword or become unconscious. That's how you can break it.
But we don't know that.
You don't know that, but I'm telling you, out of game as a player, that is the way to break you of this. So you're not mindless forever.
But I mean, we're not stupid, so we see him grab this sword and then turn into a nut job. We probably have a pretty good idea that knocking the sword out of his hand would be a good thing to do.
Jeremy, it should be on your character sheet now under gear. It is the blue flambage.
Oh,
Look at that. 6 effect dice plus 2. Woo!
Oh my god.
It's a beast of a weapon, but it also takes over
your mind.
So basically, you just want to drop me into a room with this, with something that you really want dead.
We should just climb back up and just come down in like 20 minutes. It'll be fine.
Okay.
I should
you still get to roll your damage.
That should only be +1 because it's brutal. And this thing had a bronze, so I think I had factored that in. But yeah, it's 6 damage dice and then +1 for brutal, brutal 1, and then so it's actually be +3. So 6 damage effect dice and +3. Crazy.
Oh my god! So 9 dice. Okay, that's beautiful. Just oh god,
Jesus!
Just chop this zombie all to bits. Oh, and it's vicious too. So even more.
Vicious, stun, and bane. Oh all right, so roll your damage. Holy shit! 9 damage.
10 after vicious.
All right, let me look at the hit points on this poor miner who you're slashing at. Oh, he's got quite a bit of stress. Wow. Okay, how much damage you do? Whew.
I think vicious can add on 1 for the effect. Right. So 10.
Okay. So you slice this thing. We'll say you hack off an arm. You mindlessly swinging at it. Arm thuds to the ground. There's blood trickling down into the ground, onto the ground, into the snow, onto the stone. But he's still up and still moving and functioning.
I have 2 attacks. I'm going to
swing
chop him
again.
This is just wonderful. I'm so sorry.
I have my music.
I don't know. We're just hearing.
I know.
Go.
Nice.
So this zombie took an automatic injury since he took more than 5 stress in a single hit, right?
Oh.
Not that it will necessarily matter to a zombie, but it would matter to us. So if he took 10.
Wouldn't it be +3 because he's got 3 effects, and so that would be 3 counts of vicious because it's +1 per effect rolled. So it's not
actually, Matt. It should be 12
yes. No, you're right. Yeah, attacker hazard is especially potent. Add +1 to the total stress inflicted for each effect roll. Yep, you're right.
Jeez,
oh Lord,
Louise.
So that would be 2 injuries.
So, 2 injuries. Okay. Woo! Let's do some injuries now.
13 damage on the next one.
So we'll say you slice off the other arm. Those are the 2 injuries you inflict. That you slice one arm, you slice again, or you cut off its leg, so it falls to the ground, withering, and it is now missing an arm, missing a leg, and it just kind of stops moving altogether.
I hope so. After 25 points of stress.
Yes, Megan. Woo.
So, like, now that it no longer has this sword, has there been any difference in its, like, cognitive abilities, or is it still as mindless?
It still seemed to be filled with this mindless rage after Morris took it. Jonathan Morris took it from them.
Oops.
Okay, that leaves Pavel.
So does it look like the thing that he's been attacking, that's like, is it dead? Like, is it immobile?
It's dead. It is immobile. Okay. It is not moving. It's dead.
I will not cast a spell then.
You got the Migo.
You can move really far if you want.
Right. I think what I'm gonna do is seeing
climb the rope and get out.
Seeing Jonathan I do not like the look in his eye. I will use one of my minor actions to just sort of put Harry between me and him, just because Harry's other Yankee Doodle, and then I'll spend my second minor action to aim And then my third action, I will shoot a gun. Harry will be so
Oh,
proud
no.
of me once I shoot this thing
All
at
right.
the Migo.
You're not shooting the Jeremy or the Jonathan.
No, I
All
would
right.
not do that. I want him to just point him down the hallway and just go that way. Kill whatever you want that way.
Okay.
So this basically means like by aiming, I can re-roll one of these. And I'm gonna go ahead and spend a momentum as well, I think. So, because I am not great at this. I have no skill in handguns, but I'm gonna do it. And I'll re-roll. I'll re-roll the 14 then.
Okay.
There we
3
go.
successes.
Nice.
Okay. Fire pistol.
Get two momentum back. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
All right.
and then do you have to spend momentum before you shoot to get like?
Yes. Extra effect die.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. So
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna do that as well. So that's gonna be
It's a 1-for-1 on
1-for-1.
effect dice, up
Yeah.
to 3.
I'll just spend 1, so I'll leave some in the pool for other people. So, whoops, I didn't need to.
We also need
So-
some in the pool to disarm him, so don't make sure we have two.
We're gotta disarm him, which is. Yeah, then you're holding
It's
it.
not my problem.
I
I'm
mean,
just
I'm
shooting.
smoking.
5 damage and 2 effects. What are your effects on your attack?
Vicious and yes,
So
vicious.
2 extra damage.
7 damage.
So 7 damage.
Nice.
Okay.
I'll be like, fuck, Harry wants me.
You shoot, and it looks like it penetrates its armor's body. But again, like barely doing anything.
Nice shot, Pavel.
I am like G.I. Joe, but it's G.I. Pavel.
That's the bottom of the round.
Yep.
So now
All
it's back to us.
Yeah. Technically, yep.
All right, I'm going to sprint over and drop kick the sword out of his hands, and then use my major action to like fling it further away.
As like
So-
by drop kick, you mean like spend 2 momentum to disarm him?
Yeah. You're so stupid! I am so angry with you right now.
Okay.
I'm by the sword, like over here or something. Like after kicking it, I'm putting it somewhere away.
All right. So you just kind of kick it to the side out of his hand.
Yeah, and I'm trying to like stay by it, so I'll make sure he's not gonna come towards it either. Like put me between the sword and him.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you kick it out,
I don't
and
want you make him taking a turn on one of us.
and John.
Ooh.
Why not? I want to see what happens.
Look
Jonathan
at
Morris.
one
All of a
shot.
sudden, you're standing there, and your hand kind of hurts, like something just hit it, and you're standing there, and you're standing over this dead miner, and you don't really understand what has just happened, but you look around your surroundings, and you see this giant creature behind you, ready to attack one of your companions, because it's my turn.
Oh God.
And you don't have that cool sword anymore. Some guy took it from you. What a jerk. All right, I am going to spend some of my threat to hurt you all.
Spin it all.
Finally. All right, I will.
All right, do it.
All right.
You're not
Oh.
attacking me. I don't care.
Hold on. I clicked it the wrong
feel
way. I
bad
gave
for
myself
this Migo. He sounds like he's in so much pain.
Because the
No.
noise. Oh yes.
All right, I hit Megan. I'm attacking Megan, who's a Ruby, who's in front of me. I don't know. I don't know why Evan's cheering that.
Deflect with my thumb knife.
It's gonna try to hit you with its pincer again. I'm going to increase my damage again this
no.
time.
Do you have any armor, Megan?
I do not, but one of my truths is that I'm a lucky one. Similar to what happened in England, right? Like the entire building fell on Roger's entire company and myself, and I escaped. And not to mention, like all of a sudden I hear from the back of my head, Ruby, dodge. It's Roger, of course.
I'm gonna say I'll take 1 less success for that. So to give myself 2 threat, I get 1. Okay, I'm rolling my damage. 5 damage and 3 effects. Do you have any armor?
No, I do not.
So you take 5 damage. This has the snare effect. An attack or hazard can entangle and bind the target. The target cannot take any actions other than to try and break free. It requires a skill test with a difficulty equal to the number of effects rolled to break free. So 3 effect, 3 difficulty. Hey, we took damage and we took greater than a certain amount, right?
Yep.
Is that an injury?
Yep, 5's an injury.
That is an
no.
injury. Ooh.
Ooh,
Okay.
definitely dislocated thumb. I mean, you put your thumb out there.
So this thing brings 2 of its pincers down on you. What do I want to do for an injury? This is like, we can make it whatever we want. Like, it can be like a gunshot or things like that. Like, there's not a table that you roll on or anything. So it's gonna...
It makes a certain range of skills more difficult, and it makes it more difficult for every injury. It's more difficult for you by 1 for everything you do. So like instead of difficulty 1, it becomes difficulty 2 for everything.
I'm gonna say it stabs the hand holding the trench knife, and you drop it. It pierces right through your hand. So you've got a hand injury that is gonna make it more difficult to use that hand going forward until you get that injury treated.
I don't have a thumb injury. So...
You have a severed. Well, it's not severed, but you got like it pierced right through the center of your palm, basically. Okay, it's your guys' turn again.
Get away from the sword! Don't you think about it.
Sergeant Morris, get your head in the game, and then Harry will aim and fire his E-bar.
I get a threat for that.
You do.
Man, every time he attacks, you get a threat. Whew.
Yeah, that's the quality of it. Escalation. It's now I'm a trained marksman, but I've already it's just 1. It's only 1 difficulty. So okay.
Also, I think Matt, you should have 3 more threat.
Oh, thank you.
When Evan cast gets his power. If his power is at 3, dabblers can only get to 3 if like they take a thing where like when they cast, they automatically cause threat.
Well, thank you. I would have used more threat against Megan.
That's
But
why I waited.
That's okay. Yeah. All right, fire that E-bar at me.
All right.
It's a hit.
Nice. Getting a
So
6.
1 extra point of momentum up there, or just 1.
Well, I guess you know what we didn't do, and I forgot about this. It's the range band. So what's the range on that thing? Because that determines your difficulty, right? Like the range bands. So is it medium range, long range?
Let me double check.
That's where the difficulty. Sorry, we're playing through this again. It's only our second combat. I forgot about that.
So E-bar is medium range.
Okay, you're at medium range. That's fine. I'm gonna say you're at medium range. So the difficulty is like 1.
1, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm a trained marksman, so it would if I was at a different range band, it would reduce the difficulty.
Okay.
So, okay, let's do some damage here. Come on, baby.
Oh, so what are the effects? You said is it vicious or?
It's intense
Okay.
and stun, but I doubt the 1 effect is not going to get past his his resilience. But
So
I can't remember what intense is. That's what
intense.
I thought that was the extra injury.
If it inflicts an injury, it's an additional injury. So, so you fire this gun, electricity shoots out of it, and it's kind of like bounces off of its armor. It's kind of like it has its back to you. It's got Ruby like pinned between its 2 pincers, and one of its pincers is right through the palm of her hand, and it's kind of like pushing its back to you. So you're hitting like the most armored part of this thing as it bounces off.
All right, I'm gonna shake the cobwebs out. Don't really understand what's going on.
Don't
See
you look
Ruby.
at me.
Okay, stop shaking your baguette, crazy ass Frenchie. I'll charge at the weird bug creature, the Migo.
Yes.
All right, so do a shield charge on him. Some hand to hand. And since this is my first attack on him, I'll use my talent that gives me a free extra dice. Here we go. Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, difficulty 1. You're doing hand to hand. Right. So Yeah, take those extra successes and put those in the memento pool.
I think I will, and I think I might. If nobody's opposed, I might put those into impact dice. So I'll give myself 2 extra.
Sure.
Okay.
So you're doing 2.
So 6 damage, and then if his resolve is not at least 4, he's stunned.
My resolve. Brr. Nope, it is not.
And also he's knocked prone because of that same talent that gives me the extra dice.
Okay.
So he's stunned and knocked down. So just come shield charge in, knock it over.
So you knock it off of Ruby. So
Mhm.
Ruby's now free. Ah! You scream as the pincer leaves your hand and runs through and out of your hand, and it is things now on the ground and up against the wall, kind of like getting its footing and trying to get back up. You do 6 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Since it's stunned, it doesn't get a turn this turn.
No, well, it
Next
already
turn.
went.
Yeah.
It already went.
Next turn.
So-
yeah.
You ran over and you slam this thing into the wall with your shield, and you can hear like the shell crack, and you can see like this green blood starting to ooze out as it like fights and tries to stab you with its pincers, and you're behind your shield just pushing more and more and more, and you hear more cracking of the shell before it finally just kind of gives and dead weight falls on top of you as it stops moving.
Ooh,
Good to have you back, Sergeant Morris.
it's weird. There was this really cool sword. I was so excited for it. And then,
It took over your mind.
oh man.
Is it still on the ground? Is it still on the ground?
Yeah, it's behind.
It's still
me.
on the ground. Combat's over now, so we don't need to go in turns or rounds. You've killed both these
It's right
things.
over there, Jonathan. It's on ground, right over there.
Don't you even dare.
Ain't okay, but
It's
shame.
just glowing this blue hue. It's almost like pulsating.
You know, no offense to you, but there are some people in this world called meatheads, and you may be one of them. So this sword is not for you.
So pretty.
Henri, is there anybody who?
Yes.
Is there any way to make
I
that
will-
sword usable? I mean, what he
Ma-
did to
maybe.
that poor schlub.
Can we do some sort of magic check or something?
Yeah.
As
Can
people-
I do like some kind of like invocation and try to see if I could speak with whatever kind of creature's trying to take it over? Like if it's
Okay.
whether it's got its
Oh
own
my.
consciousn's or if somebody else.
I don't want to
is,
do
like,
that,
getting
but
through it.
I don't want to do that. Okay.
do something else.
Let me
This is
close
the
this
problem.
section on the Migo that I was not expecting to use, but thank you for the complication, because that was fun.
Mhm.
Spur of
You're
the moment.
welcome.
I was hoping to really hurt someone, though, between the two creatures. Okay, so what do you want to do? What are you attempting to do?
like
I was-
see. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking like because like one of the things he's good at is like invocation, and so invocation is specifically about like speaking with things. And I was just, if it's possible, like, is there something with is the sword itself like taking him over, or is there someone else who's like using the sword? Seeing if I can somehow like roll invocation, see if I can tap into whatever
Okay.
consciousness might be
Yeah, it'll be a difficulty
rolling
of
around in this.
2,
Okay.
and it'll be insight. Will be the attribute.
Insight.
And invocation. That
You're
okay?
insightful. Yeah. Difficulty 2.
Okay. Do we have momentum?
We only have
You have 1 momentum you can spend for an extra die.
Use it.
I will spend it because this seems important.
Yeah, the scene's probably going to end,
Yeah.
and you'll lose it.
That is
Ooh,
critical.
critical.
Nice.
Look at those focus at work. Those foci.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you study this thing and you attune yourself with this blade and you study it. You don't touch it. You just kind of go over there.
No. Gregor and I are on opposite sides of it, staring at each other, staring at the blade, staring at each other, staring at the blade. This is how we work.
It radiates this sense of unease as you come near it. And it just gets worse as you get closer. You almost get sick to your stomach as you get closer to this thing. And you looking at it and looking at the markings, the Romanian markings on it, the ancient Romanian.
Like,
You're
I
so
speak
fluent in
British.
Romanian.
Oh, look at that.
You decipher that it's must be a curse on this blade, and someone who wields it would come under its effects. And just kind of observing, going back to the battle, it looks like as soon as Jonathan connected with his hit on the target, it took over. It wasn't when he held it and he was holding it, he was fine, he was normal. The second that blade made contact with that zombie miner, that's when he went mindless.
This is this blade has curse on it. It is hard to say the origins of it, Sergeant, but you could carry it for time, but do not use it. I believe when it comes in contact with the flesh, when you actively engage in the combat, is when it will take you over. But perhaps if you carry it with you, we might find some way to remove curse. It is possible to do such things, but it might take time, ritual, more research.
Gotcha. Or we hit a really bad situation, you just throw me in the direction of where things need to get chopped.
Right, and then we close door. Yeah, no, we're on the same page, for sure. Yes.
All right.
It might come in handy against, a robo-Nazi.
Yes,
I mean-
but maybe we communicate when it's time for you to touch it, you'd be like, I have the power or something, and then we go, oh, back off,
Nah.
back off.
That's okay. It's my secret. I'm always angry.
Oh, okay.
Matt, can I roll first aid on my injury?
Healing. We haven't had to do healing yet. This is a first for us.
So
So coordination plus medicine with a difficulty of 2.
So can I use first aid? Yes.
Yes.
Yay. Yes.
What?
Hmm.
What?
Nice.
I'm really good at this,
Oh
guys.
my goodness.
Nice.
So are you trying to treat your injury, or just because treating injuries will take time, rest and then a test. So you need to like we'll say right now you bandage it up, but you're going to need the proper care for this injury to go away.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So it's still I still get -1 at using that hand, but and if I roll a complication or something along the lines, then it's like I reopen the injury.
Yeah,
right?
so it says, just looking at this cheat sheet here that Jeff shared, untreated injuries increase complication range of any action. So you could trigger complications on
19 or 20.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
so you've stopped that, but you still have this hurt hand that's been run right through. I want to say severed, but your hand hasn't been severed. Stabbed right through. So, but you won't generate complications on a 19 or 20 any longer because you've bandaged it up, you've put some antiseptic on it, you've cleaned it. This weird alien creature's blood you've cleaned off of it.
Absolutely, and I'll go over and kick the body.
Yeah.
Fucking bug.
Yeah.
Matt,
Migo.
might
Migo
you-
drone
might-
there, Ruby. Migo drone.
Matt, might you be worthy of gaining 1 threat for me tapping into the cursed blade and communicating, reading it? That's escalation. I was just reading on the hand sheet.
Thank you.
If you wanted it,
I
stole
want it.
the other 3 from you, and I corrected
I
myself.
know.
earlier.
I took it
felt
back.
bad.
No, it's all good. I'll take that. Thank you. Wow, another combat. So you were originally only supposed to fight that one zombie, but that complication allowed me to have Amigo made that even more tense because that guy would have been a pushover otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, he had 14 hit points. He's not a pushover, but still.
Does
All
the
right.
zombie have anything interesting on it, or is it just
100% minor clothing. He's got some odd trinkets on it. Looks like he's got maybe a photo of a young lady. He's got a pocket watch, and these are all of recent make and quality. So you determine that this is most likely one of the men from Zaltna.
Let's take his personal effects. At the very least, we can give them back to Darius, and maybe he can see them to the appropriate family.
And he's dressed in modern, quote unquote, modern day clothing, mining attire.
I will look to make sure he does not have beard of description Darius gave me for his son.
No.
Just
No. Good thinking. He does not look like the description that was provided of his son.
We killed his son.
Cadron
Could have been awkward.
Yes, that would have been awful. We would have blamed it on Nazis, of course. We wouldn't have told him truth. But the point is, are the other Migo, like, are they dead?
They are dead. You go
You're
over,
sure
you
of
look at
that?
them from a distance. Yeah, they're dead.
So looking at the petrified body, now that we've got another second, what is it? I mean, you said it had black plate mail on its
Yeah,
chest.
it's blackened from, like, it looks like it's been scorched by fire. That's why it's black. But it's wearing plate armor on its upper torso. It's not on its legs or on its arms. It's just kind of like on its torso, shoulders area, and it's been blackened or scorched by fire. Which is weird also because it's wearing like a leather shirt underneath and trousers, which are not burned. And it's
Pavel,
looking straight up
Henri.
and screaming. Ah!
So yeah, this is outside of my area. Once again, you got anything to explain this guy?
We could roll something.
Yes, we could put heads together and roll things.
Yes, we could roll the dice.
Just keep rolling those dice.
I'll wave
on
my
one side
baguette
of the
around.
So is the sword still on the ground? I forget. Did somebody pick it up?
I guess
Morris
Sergeant
is-
Morris has it now.
I mean, I'll just remember not to swing it at anybody until we're ready to
And
Yeah.
accept the
desperate.
consequences.
You pick-
yeah.
You picked it up, you're fine. It's not possessing you, it's not taking you over. You got it in your hands, you're swinging it in the air. Like nothing's happening.
Right, but just don't hit anyone with it. Make sure put it in like scabbard or something. You don't want to nick yourself and suddenly, oh, crazy Sergeant Morris now.
It's almost, Morris, it's almost like weightless. Even though this thing's like 6 feet long and it looks like it would weigh a ton, when you wield it, it's like weightless. You just wave this thing around in the air and it just feels so good to wield
I'm
this
not
sword.
gonna lie, it feels good. It feels right. Just
Stop it. I do not care how you feel. Just do not attack anyone. It is
Yeah,
very
just-
simple.
it's been a while since I really felt anything.
Do you need a baguette to wave around? Would that make you feel better? Wave something around?
I'm not against it.
Here you go.
Have a baguette duel if you want.
That is a little offensive, okay?
That's offensive.
So what do you want to determine from this point? What are you looking to do? You can go down also that hallway to the west. There's
Can
no
we
more
look at-
sounds. There's no more sounds of stone on stone. It is now silent in here. Everything you do creates this echo that just kind of goes upwards out of this hole that you went down.
So Matt, when
Yeah.
when Sergeant Morris is like flailing this about, as he goes into the direction of the petrified dude, does the sword do anything?
It does not. You don't need to roll any sort of observation or anything like that. It doesn't do anything. It just is always just like letting off this faint blue glow at all times. If you remember, and again, without rolling, it's like the same blue as those lights or those big discs that are all over the Zeppelin. Same hue of blue.
Remember the old woman's story that they were digging for some kind of stone in the mines? Maybe
The Baron saw some weapon to defeat demons. Maybe this is possibly that weapon we stumble across. Who knows?
maybe.
I think this is the Baron too.
Could be.
That would make sense. His last stand against whatever the hell it is he called up. Well, shall we track back wherever this zombie miner came from and see if we can connect to the mines?
All right.
All right, Sergeant Morris, you're back on point.
Got this. Sorry about whatever happened.
You didn't hit any. You didn't hit any of us, so that's all right.
All right.
Well,
I really wish you had. I really wanted to see that happen.
It
Oh
probably
my
would have hurt
God.
really bad.
well,
Yeah.
based on the damage you did to that
I would have
zombie,
gone
I think
unconscious
I would have
or
gotten,
dead, whatever happens when we go.
I would have gotten
At least an injury.
2 injuries at a minimum, and probably died.
Fortunately, you guys disarmed him. All right, so we're gonna head on down the hall. You've got your flashlight shining.
And what else do we have? Matt, say it.
I don't know, the blue sword. I don't know,
Keep
baguette. I don't
going.
know.
There you go.
You got your baguette. Oh my god. You make your way down there. It's not very long, this hallway, and eventually you come to a partially collapsed doorway. And there's a pile of rubble and masonry there that you need to get past if you want to continue on this way. It does.
We need to move it, and we can't.
You
like,
need to
squeeze
move
through the
it.
top.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you can't squeeze to the top. So we're gonna
Well-
need some rolls here.
All right. You guys didn't bring me because I'm pretty, so let me do my job.
Do you have lifting? No.
So I've got pretty good athletics and brawn.
Yeah, it's gonna be athletics brawn roll, please, with a difficulty of 3.
Ooh.
We have
Do
one.
not
more.
We
sell
can do-
yourself
we can-
short, Sergeant Motors.
Why don't we-
You are ruggedly handsome.
We can we can do assisted roll here. Is that on our cheat sheet for quick?
You
reference?
know, back where I am
Hey.
from, we use the very stale baguettes as a shovel. So feel free.
So
That-
You guys,
just as a rule clarification, we're a bit past it at this point.
Mhm.
But I just checked, and actually, to disarm somebody, that's after you make the skill roll. You spend the momentum, so you'd have to attack someone in conflict first.
okay, I thought that was weird that
Successfully-
you got to do that for free and then take your action, but okay, that's fine. We're learning
Okay.
still. We're still learning.
fair enough.
And you did have
That
2 actions that round.
assistance-
You probably wouldn't have killed that zombie then in the one round, but that's fine.
Okay.
Matt, assisting's on 18. So like one person can be the leader and the
Yep.
others can be assistants. And so like whoever's doing the lead describes like how they're leading, and then you got the skill target and everything. But they only roll 1d20.
The person who's assisting.
Yeah, if the game master agrees and you only roll
Yep.
1d20 using your own attribute plus skill target number and your own focus, if any, and so long as the leader generates at least 1 success, then you add your successes to theirs. So everybody
Okay,
else.
so who wants to help?
Gotcha.
And roll an
Oh, not me.
All right.
Oh, but Harry's a pretty brawny guy. He'll help or
Okay.
try to help.
Are you guys okay with me using a momentum?
Yeah, we have one left, and we're almost done.
Okay.
So.
I'll give it a try.
Do it. Oh,
Mm.
that's not good.
So I'll roll my 1 dice to see if I.
It
can
could be a
help.
critical.
Oh,
Nope.
that's not good.
I will attempt to help because
Okay.
I am a friendly man, but this
Is
You
there
can
no
all-
really
penalty
not.
to helping?
No, there's no penalty. You just roll
Okay.
d20.
Oh,
This
alright.
brawn. I have other solution
Brawn
if this does
athletics,
not
right?
work.
Yeah.
Brawn
Yeah,
athletics, but you
brawn.
only get to roll 1d20.
Yeah, I got it. I got it great.
Oh,
And we get caught in a cave.
Yeah. Am I taking it or am I getting threat? Are we taking the complication or are we doing threat?
I don't know, Megan. What do you want?
I don't know. I kind of want to see how we get out of this. If you know.
I don't think you're getting out of this.
We? We?
Okay, you know what? yes, we. Yeah, no, I'll give you threat then.
All right.
Jesus.
Well, we still failed.
You still failed, but you're not generating a threat or a complication. Okay, that's fine. So you're all pulling and trying to move this rubble. You can, as you're moving aside, you can move some stones. So what were you gonna say, Jeremy? Did you want to spend a fortune or something? Or no?
I think especially if Pavel's indicated he might have an alternate idea.
I have other possible solution.
Okay.
Very dangerous though, like super dangerous. Probably not good idea because Pavel doesn't have those.
You- You move some
But it-
stones and some
it'll be-
masonry, and you can see like a crack through to the other side, and it definitely looks like this leads down into the mine below. And this could be your ticket there, but you're not able to clear the debris.
Wait, you just said like truth. We can see through to other side.
You can
yes?
teleport.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
huddle, put hands in middle. We shall be friends and
What
teammates
happens if you
again.
fail or complicate on this? You're gonna appear in solid mass and die?
I prefer not to think about that. Do we have?
Or
is that
it'd
do
be
we-
like
do
the
we have
movie
any-
The Fly. We come back as half humans, half
Half Migo.
Migo.
Half
great.
amigo.
Does that one momentum exist? And
Nope.
what are fortune point uses again?
Crit. Free crit.
Crit success.
Or reroll.
Reroll. Yeah.
Critical success, reroll, additional major action, avoid defeat.
You should use
make
it
it
if you have
happen.
3.
Introduce a threat or a truth into a scene. Those are your spends.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I could try. Yeah, I can try to cast this, and then
use the fortune. Fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you use the fortune after, you have to use it for a reroll. Yeah, if you want the crit, you got to do it before the roll, I think.
Okay, I'll use it then before the roll.
How many do you need to roll? What's your difficulty?
2.
Oh, so you automatically succeed. Ho ho! Use fortune.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
So,
it does say fortune
So we
point
get
has to be
an
spent
extra
before
one.
making the test. Okay.
so everybody come together, put hands in middle. This is very necessary to the spell. We chant together. We say, good job, team, and then as we're sitting in mine, all of a sudden, all of us roots come up from ground, and start wrapping around us, and like yank us down into a pocket of the earth, and we just.
Is this roots of the
underneath-
earth?
This is roots of earth. Yes. You said I could see to other sides, so
You can.
introduced
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
so-
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So now I have to I have to roll the drain on myself. See what happens.
Can I increase that? Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. You're stunned.
Yes, but that won't be as big a deal unless we start combat. But I shall take one. Yeah, only one because I have.
Because your courage. Okay.
Yes. And I have so much stress. I am like reservoir for stress. I am like super calm and easygoing.
Okay.
So we
So
pop out of rock. and
the
it was
effect,
like
blessing
in-
spell. The spell may affect a spellcaster and any allies up to total number of targets equal to half the spellcaster's power rating or power rounding up. What's your power? Half your power rounding up.
Uh-oh.
That's the number of
Wait.
targets you can take with you.
1 second.
Oh no!
Well, some of you not coming.
But it's probably like 5 because mine's 3 and I think mine was pretty high.
So
Oh, yeah.
half-
So my power is 4. But what I'll do is I will increase my power by 2, which I can do because I'm weird. Literally, it's the thing I have is weird. So that means I'll bring my power up to 6, and so that means I can take 3 people with me. So if maybe someone's very small, like you could stay behind, like we could do that.
Leaving someone behind?
Well, if you could take 3 people in addition to yourself, yeah, one of us will have.
I will sacrifice myself in the baguettes.
Total number of targets
Maybe
yeah,
you can
equal
push
to
the
half
rocks,
the spellcaster's power
to
rounding
me or
up.
something.
A total number of targets equal to half the spellcasters rounded up. The affected characters vanish and instantly reappear at any point. Let's say, yeah. So I can take. I mean, like 4 of us can go basically.
And so increasing that, does it get me threat or anything? Do I get any good stuff?
No,
for you?
it screws them up pretty bad though. They take some. They take. They all take a point of mental. I think it's a point of mental stress. So hang on. So basically, I have the ability. I have a talent called called mystical power. So when I cast a spell, I can increase power by +2. And if I do, then each of your allies within close range, which will be everybody who's coming with me, they suffer 1 mental stress for each effect I rolled, which was only just 1.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
they are
that's not
exposed to
bad.
the unearthly secrets. So it's yeah. So that's.
Now, if
that's
we
the-
have, do you still use your courage to soak that or
Mhm.
resist it?
Yeah, you can still do that.
Oh yeah, your courage would stop that.
Nice.
So you should be, this
It's all right.
hardened people.
So who's being left
I
behind?
can see you. It's okay. I can see you through the crack. You're right there.
Henri
I'll
is
stay
left behind.
Yeah. it's fine.
So
I could, if we wait like 20 minutes, I can do this again, go get him, and then come back. And actually, it's not. I could literally do it right now. I could go back right this instant and cast again.
Yeah, let's get him over here, Paul.
All right.
Okay, I shall.
So
I
just
shall-
make your rolls. Let's see
Ugh,
how much
Jesus.
damage you
Oh
take.
my God,
We'll
you're
make this
not
happen.
Gonna make it back to me.
I
Here
know.
it comes.
This is very. I feel very tired right now. So it
You have
might
one
work.
momentum.
Yeah,
I
he
do. I
got
will
one from
spend.
the-
I'll spend the one momentum to go back to get him. And I do.
Oh,
Oh, look at that! Like
success.
So we
clutch.
get an extra
Like
one.
clutch. So we're
Yeah.
back up. Yes, and
Back
I'd be
to
like,
one.
hey, Andre, you think I forget? How could I forget my favorite Frenchman who forgets? And then I will do my drain stun, and I will take nothing because I'm
Wow.
inured. I've seen so much. This is easy.
So
And
this
then
is
I
your
will do-
your roll to go back to him.
Well, no, I already went back to him on the last one. Now I'm going
Oh.
back and bringing it to everybody else.
Gotcha.
Okay, so here we go. Here we go.
Oh,
We
okay. The
still
roll
made it.
the
No,
roll-
we still
okay.
made it.
for whatever reason the rolls aren't displaying on the chat on Twitch again. So the roll that he made was a critical success to get there. Damage 2, no effects. Just rolled to take Henri back. Rolled a critical success and a complication. For the
Because
people at
we have
home.
like 11 minutes left in show, I'll say just take threat probably. In that case, might make sense.
Yeah, I don't want to lose all my baguettes off his spellcasting. I'm not.
Yeah, the complication is all the baguettes are just
So I don't take
problem
anything.
with
Yeah,
cost.
because
No, because I didn't have to do it. The bonus power stuff.
don't make
All right.
me lose my baguette, Jeremy.
The people at home should see it now. I don't know why it's not populating. This is weird. I'll look at OBS after this. Okay, so you go back, get him. I take my threat. You go back. Hey, you're all reunited. And you can hear the faint sound of metal hitting stone, like someone's mining nearby. Maybe it's another
Mining.
zombie soldier. Maybe it's not. Do you want to complication lost baguette? Do you want to stealthily make your way down?
Can I lead them?
Yes,
I have-
but there's a light, so you're gonna be shining a light, so anybody's gonna be able to see you coming right now.
Oh, I have urban stealth. Are we in? Is this urban now?
This is not
we're-
urban.
Oh, God, this is rural stealth.
There's like apartments everywhere, like left and right.
Castle.
Crazy. There's so
It's
many
urban,
parts.
so
Castle. Like, a lot of castles in the ring.
Oh, you make me
Can
laugh.
I
Thank
lead
you.
and they assist me, like that type of thing.
I can assist you for sure. I've got threat awareness for.
I also have a lot of threat awareness too.
You just like kind of like flicker the flashlight every few seconds for Henri. That's how you're assisting.
Yep.
You just follow my cigarette.
All right, yeah, you can see the the light from his cigarette. All right, so no, because you're not gonna be able to assist him because you're gonna be shouting down a mine shaft to help him. No, don't go that way. Okay, yeah, turn left. So no, you can't assist. Nobody can assist him with
Okay,
stealth
so I'm just
unless you're
rolling
like holding hands or something weird like that.
stealth coordination, right?
Yes.
Coordination stealth. We have no momentum.
Momentum.
No momentum. Oh, fuck.
Oh, God.
You have to be kidding me!
It was meant to be.
I know.
So are we taking the complication?
I think we've gotten so many complications.
you-
yeah, I kind of
Turn the corner and you literally bump into a German soldier and we'll end there.
Hey, you know what that means, though? Top of next session, we actually get to punch a Nazi.
You do finally get to, yeah, well, yeah, I guess you already punched Nazis, but yes, we get to start with
Yeah.
punching Nazis next session. It's the end of the show. We're not going to get into combat again. It took long enough the last one with 2 combatants. So let's do the round table. Jeff, what do you got going on between now and next week?
Yeah, tomorrow night at twitch.tv/lollygaggers, we're playing Delta Green, Impossible Landscapes, continuing and getting very close to the end of our campaign. Saturday, same channel, we're going to be doing One Ring 2nd edition. And Monday, same channel, we'll be doing Ultraviolet Grasslands.
Very good. Megan, what have you played for board games?
I'm pretty boring this week. I played
Oh.
I played a schwack ton of crib. I haven't played crib in
Oh,
Probably a deck.
I can't do crib. I can't do crib. There's I don't think there's a Canadian household though that doesn't have a crib board in it.
Right?
It's
I know.
weird.
It's like when you're born as a Canadian, they give you a bottle of maple syrup and a crib board.
And a crib board. I picked up a couple board games this week. Used. I picked up Castle Panic. We're gonna graduate from my first Castle Panic to Castle Panic.
It's a good game.
Nice.
And I've picked up a game that I've wanted for years and was finally at a good price. A Few Acres of Snow, which is a card game, a tactical war card game. Long out of print. Usually is way too expensive. Popped up today, and I snatched it immediately. So, and I've won that game for a long time. It's a 2-player, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aaron, what do you got between now and next week?
On Garblag Games at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, we'll be playing some more Monster of the Week. And then on Saturday, I will be sitting by my mailbox because that's when all of my One Ring shit is supposed to show up. And then I'll be watching the Lollygaggers play the One Ring. Then next Wednesday at 2:30 Central Standard Time on Garblag, we'll be playing some more Lex Arcana, Investigators in Ancient Rome, and then Thursday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time on Garblag, we'll be back for some more Dune. Siege Abikat's Revenge against some bad men, and then I'll be ready to punch some Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
I like how you're getting your own. We've been playing One Ring second edition for like a month and a half, and like I still don't even have
notification
my shipping. What's up with your Free League friends?
Oh, I don't know. I got mine.
I know. I know.
I'm sorry.
I know.
It's coming. I had to wait a very long time for Twilight 2000. Makes you feel any better. I got it like months after everybody else.
I just got this week the rest of my Twilight 2000.
Wow. That's actually really late.
Yeah. So
I hope that's not what's going to happen with my One Ring though. I'm very upset now.
You're precious.
Mm-hmm. My precious.
It'll happen. Global shipping crisis. That's right.
Yeah.
Jeremy, what do you got going on between now and next Thursday?
I'm gonna be playing just a fully righteous cat over on UVG with Jeff on Monday. And really just can't wait to come back and punch Nazis.
Yeah, we're going to pick up with that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not... These complications are kind of fun because you have to just come up with stuff. I did not plan on fighting Nazis in a mine either, but we're going to do it. We're going to fight Nazis in a mine next week. Or fighting Migos. It's fun stuff. Evan, do you have anything else going on? Or are you like me? This is all you got going on?
This is all
between now and then.
Yeah, I'm not gonna punch a Nazi. I'm gonna hit him with a baguette.
With a baguette. Well, you literally walked into him with that complication because you're in the dark. Okay. Thank you to everybody who joined us. Thank you to the players. Thank you to Modifius for supplying Garblag Games with copies of Achtung Cthulhu. And we will be back next week, Thursday, to pick up this adventure. We're very close to finishing it. Surprisingly, it might not seem like it, but we are close. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you later.